Just 2 to 3 miles from the beach with a cute neighborhood center, fantastic eats, great park system, pretty much close to all West Side entertainment you can ever want, with near perfect weather. What neighborhood am I talking about in Los Angeles? Of course, I'm talking about Mar Vista. Now, Mar Vista is something that's near and dear to my heart because that's where I was born and raised and spent most of my life living there. And I think it's fantastic. But if you don't take my word for it, if you want to do your own research, go to niche.com where you can find neighborhood stats and information about various neighborhoods. And it ranks number 7 out of 111 neighborhoods in Los Angeles for raising a family. It ranks number 8 for best places to live and number 11 for best places to live for a young person. So niche.com has all the information, but this video is going to be about my opinion and what my clients have experienced and just what it's like to live in Mar Vista, a great neighborhood that is sandwiched between Venice and Culver City. First, let's talk about where Mar Vista is located within the city of Los Angeles. Now, as I mentioned, it is sandwiched between Venice and Culver City. Venice and Marina del Rey would be just to the west along the coast, and Culver City will be just to the east and a little south of Mar Vista. If you go a little further south, you'll go into Westchester, LAX area, Los Angeles International Airport. If you go a little north, you're going to venture into Westwood, UCLA area, and parts of Brentwood. So it is really centrally located when you're talking about West Los Angeles living. It also has 2 major freeways going right through the heart of Mar Vista, the 405 freeway going north-south and the 10 freeway going east-west. So easily access to the beach, although you don't have to take the freeway, the 10 freeway, and you can head into downtown taking the 10 freeway. If you want to go north to the San Fernando Valley, hit up the 405 freeway, south, hitting up LAX or the South Bay, you can jump on the 405 freeway south. Now, I will say, because it is 2 big major freeway systems connecting, you will face tons of traffic when commuting through Mar Vista. It is no secret, but I'll get into some of that in the lifestyle, some of the maybe the negatives or cons later on in this video. But going back to location, what I love about Mar Vista and what I love about growing up there is that I can get anywhere when I was taking a bus, riding a bike, or driving in a car, and I had anything at my fingertips. If I wanted to go into Westwood and hang out there, go to UCLA, it was really close. If I wanted to go traveling, if I needed airport access, I'm at LAX in no time. For me, going to the beach was something special throughout my childhood and growing up as an adult. And I was always at the beach when living in Mar Vista. And as I mentioned, it's just 2 to 3 miles away. So I just hop on my bike, head down the bike paths. There are lots of bike paths throughout Mar Vista, which makes it incredibly easy and pedestrian friendly. But car access is right there too. Heading down Venice Boulevard, Washington Boulevard takes you right into Venice Beach. And I think that's just great because you can basically have the beach lifestyle without having to pay the beach cost. You're not paying the prices of living in Venice. You're not paying the prices of living in Santa Monica or Marina del Rey. You actually get a bigger house with bigger piece of land attached to it and not having to pay the exorbitant prices of coastal living. Now, cost of living in Mar Vista, the cost of housing is super expensive. We'll touch on that later in the video. But relative to Venice and Santa Monica, it doesn't even come close. And you get the best of both worlds. You don't have to sit in the congestion of tourism and everyone heading to the beach, and yet you have easy access. Now, the location also plays a big part in the weather. I talk about weather a lot when it comes to Los Angeles because that's one of the big reasons why people move to LA to begin with, because basically 320 days of the year, you've got sun and near perfect weather, and Mar Vista is no exception. It is probably 72 degrees pretty much year round. I exaggerate a little bit, but it's 72 and sunny, and it's just awesome because you're not right on the coast, so you don't get all the full effect of the coastal fog coming in, although you do get some of that. And you're not in the valley or the eastern portions of LA where you just get the stagnant air. Whereas Mar Vista, you get the ocean breeze that comes through pretty much throughout the day, keeps the weather nice and cool, and you get the sun pretty much throughout the year. So you're just relaxed and enjoying that type of lifestyle. As a reminder, I'm Dave Fine with the Real Estate Dads, a real estate agent right here in Los Angeles. And I absolutely love making videos about what it's like to live, work, and play in the city of LA and surrounding neighborhoods. So make sure you subscribe, tap the bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. Hit the like button if you like what you see, comment below, ask questions. I'm happy to answer anything that you ask. And more than that, my team and I absolutely love helping people move to and relocate to Los Angeles. We've helped so many clients, and if you're one of those people thinking about making the move, make sure you hit us up with a phone, text, email, WhatsApp, whatever way you're comfortable with, and we've got your back when moving to LA. Okay, now we're going to talk about the culture of Mar Vista. Now, being born and raised in Mar Vista, I've seen a lot of changes over the time, and I'd actually say it's been for the better. Now, When I was coming up as a kid, Mar Vista wasn't really a place many people knew about, especially if you lived outside of Los Angeles. And even if you lived in LA, it was basically this suburban area. It's got a bunch of residential homes, some schools, a couple markets, and a public library, and that was kind of it. Now, and a nice park. But over time, it has changed into basically a place to be, a place to live, and a destination in the West LA area. Now, again, as a kid growing up, I explored all parts of Mar Vista. I know it like the back of my hand. I know all the streets. I had friends in all sections, all little sub-neighborhoods of Mar Vista. And it was a great place to grow up. And I will still say to this day, if you are thinking about raising a family or a young couple that maybe kids are in the near future, Mar Vista is a fantastic place because it has everything you need, all the amenities. It's really close to all the entertainment. And within the West LA housing market, it is more affordable than a lot of other West Los Angeles neighborhoods. Mar Vista has always been a diverse community, and it's gotten more diverse over the years go, and that's what I love about it. That diversity comes out in food, art, entertainment, something that you'll experience throughout the entire neighborhood of Mar Vista. Mar Vista encourages a lot of public art, so as you're going through the neighborhood, you'll see a lot of murals on different buildings, and we're talking about buildings from bowling alleys like Bolero, health clinics, restaurants, retail stores. You see some really cool artwork, and the cool thing is that they're all from local artists, and it really makes the neighborhood unique because a lot of times the art has everything to do with the Mar Vista neighborhood or the city of LA. It's a nice way to feature the culture and the vibe and the feel of when you're going throughout Mar Vista. And when you compare it to other West Side neighborhoods, you don't see that a lot of that public art. And so that's what I really enjoy about Mar Vista. The community council really encourages there. Most of the public art you're going to see is along Venice Boulevard, Washington Boulevard, Centinela, and Grandview Avenue. Now, I mentioned the Mar Vista Community Council. It is very active and very engaging within the neighborhood. So when things need to get done, the Mar Vista Community Council can tend to get these items done. Now, there can't be some controversy because it can get political, but the bottom line is, and I think the more involvement a community is, the better a neighborhood can be. And continuing with the arts discussion, there is a Mar Vista Art Walk. Now, I will say in the last couple of years, it has been virtual. A lot of it had to do with COVID, but I'm hoping they bring that back into something that's a live event again, because that was something special. There's a lot of local artists in Mar Vista, and they all come together, open up their houses where a lot of their studios are, and sometimes they open up their studios along the main boulevards. There's music, there's food, and it's just a fun event that happens throughout the year. We do have a great farmers market. I think that's part of the culture of Mar Vista because it is the spot to be on Sunday morning and through the early afternoon. And what's cool about it is pretty much you're going to see someone that you know living in Mar Vista at the farmers market. And because the farmers market's so popular, I guarantee you're going to see at least one, possibly two or three people that you know living in the Mar Vista neighborhood. You just bump into them because that's where you go. You get farm fresh food. You got local restaurants offering their food. You have music, you have art, you have entertainment. And it's not the biggest farmers market you're going to see in the West LA region. I'd probably say that's going to be Santa Monica, but Mar Vista is heavily attended. And throughout the year, they do special events depending on the season. And it's just become ingrained in the culture of Mar Vista. Now, the neighborhood also has its own public library. It is a small library. It's part of the Los Angeles public library system, but it's quaint and it's cute. And it's available for everyone living in the Mar Vista. Well, it's available for everyone in Los Angeles. But again, you're going to see a lot of your neighbors there, especially if you have school-age kids. It's a great place. They have story time for kids. They also do a little music. And it's just another gathering spot for the residents of Mar Vista. Another big part of the culture of Mar Vista is the Ocean View Farms. Now, this place is situated right along the edge of Mar Vista Hills, where they have different plots of land where, and again, in the Mar Vista community, you can obtain a plot of land, a little piece where you can grow your fruits, vegetables, flowers, whatever you like to grow. And it's also a nice spot where people from Mar Vista gather. You're going to see people over and over again, the same people that are tending to their gardens. And it's kind of become like this icon of Mar Vista. And just above it, you actually have North Venice Little League, which also plays a big role in the Mar Vista community. Again, that's on Mar Vista Hill. And the fields are right across from homes. So it really kind of invites the whole neighborhood in. So you have the Little League right next to this garden center. And it's just a really unique aspect to living in Mar Vista. When it comes to culture and architecture of Mar Vista, you see a lot of post-World War II builds because that's when a lot of Mar Vista was developed. When the war was over, they needed a place to house GIs, and these big Mar Vista tracts were built. You also see some mid-century modern and big contemporary homes all next to each other within the community. You also have some homes that are designated under the Historical Preservation Division of Los Angeles, specifically for the Gregory Ain home. He was an architect that built about 50 homes in Mar Vista along Beethoven, Moore, and Meyer Street. These homes were really cool. They're a mix of function and form and art. If you go in these homes, you actually see the walls can actually slide open and creating different types of space. Pretty neat thing to see. So those are historical homes, and I think it also adds to the culture of Mar Vista. Now, part of the Mar Vista culture is also the school system, especially the elementary schools. Now, for a while, it was really kind of only known for one main school, and that was Mar Vista Elementary School. When I was growing up, that's where I went. Fantastic neighborhood school right in the middle of a residential neighborhood. But as the years have gone on and as more people have come into the neighborhood, the schools have actually gotten better all throughout Mar Vista. And with Los Angeles Unified School District being so big, out of control in my opinion, and should be broken up to have a little bit more effective teaching, Mar Vista within the Los Angeles neighborhood has become quite the spot to go when going to elementary schools. There's quite a few of them that have some pretty high rankings, a lot of community involvement, which has been great for the neighborhood in general. So there is an emphasis on trying to get our schools better. There are a few private schools within the area as well, including Windward, which I mentioned before, but those can be quite expensive, quite expensive. Now, next on our list of what it's like to live in Mar Vista is the outdoor lifestyle. It is highly encouraged when living in Mar Vista, and this is something that has not changed since I was a kid. When I was growing up, everyone was outside on their bikes, skateboards, rollerblades when that was popular, running around. You'd see people jogging and running along the park, along the streets, and that hasn't changed. It is a really outdoorsy community. Now, there's no hiking trails. It's not right up against the mountains. But you do, and it's not like right on the beach. However, just being 2 to 3 miles from the ocean, it still encourages you to be outside, again, because of that ocean breeze, the weather, and going to the beach itself. So you're right by Venice, Marina, as I mentioned, and Santa Monica. So the beach lifestyle has been welcomed into the Mar Vista community, and it has become part of Mar Vista. Now, aside from having the great beach access, it also has a great park system throughout Mar Vista, including one of its bigger parks called Mar Vista Rec Center. That's somewhere I grew up going as a kid. I went to summer camps there. I ended up coaching baseball and basketball there. And it is a great rec center. They got a pool for the community. They've got a gym with basketball courts. They've got a smaller gym with smaller basketball courts for young kids, which is where they host their camps. They've got playground equipment, beautiful soccer facilities. They have baseball fields, tennis courts, a hockey rink. So it has everything you would want. And you see people there constantly, whether they're doing festivals there. They've got a great fall festival that I've attended many times. They have July 4th there. They've got movie in the park night. They also have, you see people running around the tracks, not the track, they don't have a track, but people running around the entire park there, just getting some exercise. They also have some workout equipment there. It has always been one of the centers to the community, and it still is today. So again, encouraging that outdoor lifestyle because it has such a cool park and rec center. Actually, one of the private schools, Windward, which is a private school for middle school and high school across the street from the park, actually use its tennis courts, its hockey rinks, and its soccer fields for their sporting events. Another reason why I say Mar Vista is encouraging the outdoor lifestyle is because they were one of the first neighborhoods to be part of the Great Streets Initiative. Now, this has actually caused a lot of controversy because what it did was it took an actual lane, a car lane on the streets along Venice and Centinela and parts of Washington, and made it into strictly bike lanes and bus lanes. So now this is awesome because if you love to bike, this opened up and it made it a lot more safe to travel, and it made it become more pedestrian friendly, especially when you go into the kind of the cute center area of Mar Vista. But it also caused a lot of problems because you've now taken 3 lanes and made it into 2 lanes, and what's Mar Vista is a super highly congested neighborhood, and it's hard to get around in a car, and most people need and have cars when driving around. So it has become controversial, but it is something that is encouraging being more outdoors and less reliant on cars. So if that is something that you're into or involved with, Mar Vista is certainly encouraging that type of lifestyle. And last but not least of why Mar Vista is a outdoor lifestyle community is everyone knows about the Mar Vista Stairs, especially if you live in Mar Vista. It is actually right across from Mar Vista Elementary School. It's the school that I went to. It was popular then, and it's popular now. And it's not the biggest flight of stairs. It's, it basically goes up maybe 4 or 5 flights, but it is used a bunch, and people bike there or walk there or run there and then use it as a way to exercise. And it actually connects the lower portion of Mar Vista to the Mar Vista Hills. So if you are looking for that active outdoor community lifestyle, Mar Vista is certainly a place for you. Now, something else you should know about what it's like to live in Mar Vista is that is becoming like a little bit of a foodie neighborhood. Now, this was not the case growing up as a kid. I mean, we had different types of food and some franchises here and there, but it was really not known as a destination, a food spot in Los Angeles or West LA. But now it really is, especially with the revitalization of the town center, which is Venice Grand, which is along Venice, pretty much between like Inglewood and Centinela. You've got a lot of new restaurants there. They're chic. They've got outdoor dining. A lot of the chefs are local to Mar Vista, which makes it unique. And again, just part of a tight-knit neighborhood feel and neighborhood community. And you've got food from all over the world, which has become quite special to the Mar Vista neighborhood, part of the culture. So you have foods from Vietnamese, French, Argentinian, Japanese, Korean, Thai, American rustic, barbecue, Hawaiian, wine bars, gastropubs, and much, much more. Now, again, these are not your run-of-the-mill franchises. These are unique mom-and-pop establishments where all the locals go to, they hang out. And again, if you go to these establishments, I guarantee you're going to see someone from your neighborhood, from your street, because it has become quite the destination for Mar Vista. And what's nice is that you can live and go to these restaurants right in your own neighborhood. You don't have to travel outside of Mar Vista, which then leads to sitting in traffic. You don't have to go to Westwood. You don't have to go to Beverly Hills. You don't have to go to Santa Monica or Venice to find this really, really spectacular good food. And beyond the food, and you have a lot of coffee houses throughout, which a lot of people spend their mornings and evenings, and you'll see people gathering there. People do meetings for work there. A lot of these establishments are pet friendly or dog friendly. You see a lot of them have dog bowls out for dogs to drink water at while you're walking them. So if you are looking for a neighborhood where you can live and eat and have great food all within your same community, same neighborhood, Mar Vista is definitely a place to check out. Now, a little bit later in this video, I'm going to go over some of the negatives about Mar Vista. There are some, believe it or not. But before that, we're going to get into the cost of housing because, of course, if you're thinking about moving to a neighborhood, you may want some insight on that. Now, I'm not going to go over each little sub-neighborhood within Mar Vista. I'm going to talk about Mar Vista as a whole and then talk about a couple of the more popular sections of Mar Vista. Mar Vista used to be actually pretty well divided as far as pricing goes. The general rule of thumb used to be if you lived north of Palms, it was more expensive than if you lived south of Palms. And if you lived east of Centinela, it would be more expensive than if you lived west of Centinela. Now, it's funny because a lot of times the more you move west, closer to the ocean, the more expensive housing got, but Mar Vista wasn't working that way. Now, when you actually compare neighborhoods, they're all very similar. Now, the West has become popular because Venice has become so much popular, and being that much closer right on the border of Venice, with so much of the tech companies and being Silicon Beach right there, a lot of people were buying homes that may not want to pay or could afford the Venice prices and moved right to the neighborhood just east of it, the Mar Vista neighborhood just east of it, driving up those prices and becoming more popular and more expensive. All right, let's jump into prices. We'll get into the median price for all of Mar Vista is about $1,950,000, and that'll get you a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,700 square foot home. Now, yes, I know these numbers probably sound insane or crazy to a lot of people not living in the Los Angeles area, but when I say it's less expensive than some of the other areas in West LA, you can certainly compare it to Venice, Santa Monica, Westwood, Brentwood. All those places, and even parts of Culver City, are more expensive than Mar Vista. Not to say that Mar Vista isn't expensive. I'm certainly not out of touch with the reality of what's going on in the housing market in other parts of the country. Now, I'll get into some subsections of Mar Vista. There's a popular one called the Westdale-Truesdale area. This was developed, again, post-war. This is going to be north of Palm, south of National, just along Sawtelle Boulevard and McLaughlin. This pocket tends to have slightly bigger homes and slightly bigger lots and beautiful, beautiful tree-lined streets, and is right adjacent to the Mar Vista Rec Center, Mar Vista Park. Now, the homes there go for a median price of $1,900,000 for about a 2,000 square foot home. Now, let's talk about the Mar Vista Hills. Now, this is typically the most expensive place to live, and it really depends on which home you're buying. These homes range from very large homes that sit on top of the hill with larger lands that have great views. Those can actually run up into the $3, $4, and even $5 million range. And you have some of the other homes that are a little bit lower on the hills that are a little bit less expensive. But your median price is going to be about $2,225,000 for about a 1,700 square foot home. Now, the 1,700 square foot homes are more of your original homes. If you actually go larger into the 2,000, as I mentioned, 2,000 and above, you're absolutely talking closer to the $3 all the way up to $5 million for living in the hills. So as far as the most expensive place, depending on the home, the view, and the lot size, the Mar Vista Hills is probably going to be your most expensive place in all of Mar Vista. Now, let's talk about the Oval District. Now, this is in the southern or most southern portion of Mar Vista. And again, a lot of people don't even really, when they think Mar Vista, they don't necessarily think of this section, because when people think of Mar Vista, they're usually thinking about Sawtelle Boulevard on the east, Walgrove Avenue on the west, National Boulevard to the north, and Venice Boulevard to the south. But this oval area is very unique. It's south of Venice, between Venice and Washington. It used to be a farm. There was rumors that it used to be like a horse race track, which is not true. But it's because of this shape, this oval shape. You have enormous plots of land there, enormous when you're considering what West LA has to offer. Anywhere between 9,000 square foot lots to 18,000 square foot lots, with large homes, sometimes 2 homes on a lot. Now, the median price for this is also $2,225,000 with a median square foot of 1,800 square feet. Now, the reason why this commands so much more money is because of the land that you get with it. It's rare to find 9,000, and especially when you get into the double digits of 10 all the way up to 18,000, that's a big piece of land, and it gives you a lot of space. So it's become quite popular, especially if you're a developer or someone looking to build a big home. That's where you're going to end up buying. Now, there are other sub-neighborhoods of Mar Vista. If you do want more information about that, make sure you reach out to me and I can give you some more details about the specific neighborhood you're looking in. Okay, let's talk about some of the cons of Mar Vista. No neighborhood is without some cons. Now, there is a growing homeless population in Mar Vista that has become pretty much out of control. Again, you see these tent cities right next to multi-million-dollar homes and neighborhoods. It was not like that when I was growing up. It has gotten worse, and has gotten a lot worse since the pandemic. There's a big battle. There's mixed feelings on how to handle this. There's a big section of Mar Vista that kind of welcomes and is okay with the unhoused community, and there's a big section that doesn't want that in the neighborhood. And I'm not making this political. I don't have direct answers for it. I just know that Mar Vista has welcomed it and encouraged it a little bit more than other neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Not to say that LA in general doesn't have this problem, but Mar Vista certainly does. You'll see them under freeway underpasses. You'll see along Venice Boulevard and along Centinela, Grandview, pretty much everywhere you go, and it's become quite a problem. You also have a lot of congestion in Mar Vista. There's a lot of traffic, especially with that 405-10 interchange. The freeway system there is one of the busiest interchanges in all of America, actually, and you can just be at a standstill. And the streets are not any better, especially when you're on the major arteries. It is hard to get around. It doesn't matter what time of the day. I'd say the mornings and the after work hours are certainly worse, but you will find a lot of congestion in Mar Vista, and there's really no getting around it. I'd say those are your 2 biggest cons, your 2 biggest issues with Mar Vista. Outside of just the affordability of housing, it has gotten really expensive here, a lot more expensive and exponentially more expensive than it used to be. I mean, my parents bought their house in the 70s for like $60,000. That same home is today worth about $1.7 million, and it was just a 1,300 square foot 3-bedroom home. So the prices are expensive, but it's something that's just part of the reality of living in Los Angeles and living in the West LA area, and Mar Vista is no exception for that. So again, if you are thinking about making that move to Los Angeles and Mar Vista is on your radar, make sure you reach out to us, phone, text, email, and I'll make sure I give you the details. Again, I know Mar Vista like the back of my hand. I love it there. I grew up there, and I'm happy to share all my experiences and my information about the neighborhood and the community. If you love these videos, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell to get notified, hit the like button if you like what you see, comment below, ask questions, and I will certainly get to those. And we'll see you on the next video.